Hi again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. Happy Friday. I hope you're all having the most amazing day ever so far and thank you so much for joining me here today. We are back in the 910 Medina Studios apartment in San Myshuno, and I say we're back because I have actually built in this apartment block in this exact same unit within the last week, but this one's totally different to what I did before, so I will link my most recent apartment renovation in 910 Medina Studios in the top right hand corner for you now if you want to go and check that out. But this time we are doing a lofted boho theme style apartment, and this turned out so cute, so I cannot wait to show you all. Now, elephant in the room, I know a lot of creators have used pretty much this exact same floor plan, so this definitely is not a floor plan that I thought up by myself because I'm not too good with floor plans anyway, but I thought, yes, let's just give this a go and see how we get on with it. So this apartment has a lot of plants, there's a lot of like calming sort of neutral themed colors running throughout the place, and it just looks so cute. And what I found really refreshing about this build is that it's like nothing I've ever done before really, and so I just had a really good time doing it, and I'm trying this year to put myself out of my comfort zone a little bit more to bring you guys some new fresh content. So you'll have to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Anyway, have you had a good week? How has everything been? Because I want to know, because I've actually had a pretty good week. It's been kind of stressful and kind of emotional, but I'm coming out of it feeling a lot better. And I've got a 3-day weekend planned. I'm going away tomorrow night with my mum, my sister and my auntie, which is going to be really nice. It's only for a night, I'll be back on Sunday, but I'm really excited for that as well. So I'd be really interested to see, 1, how your week has gone, and 2, if you've got any plans for the weekend. But anyway, I've been rambling on, and we're just sort of adding items as we're going along because, as I said, the boho sort of style is not too comfortable for me, so I was just trying to pull out items as and when I found them and just tried popping them in different places. And so this isn't necessarily like the final sort of look that we end up going for, but you sort of get the general idea. Now, just as another disclaimer as well, I do end up doing some work on the kitchen off camera. It's nothing too noticeable, but I thought I would bring that to your attention anyway. But this is of course where the bed sort of area is. It's not really a bedroom because it's not a room, it's the lofted area of the apartment, and this is obviously what makes it the lofted apartment. So I also used some items from the new Desert Looks kit as well, because I haven't really had the opportunity to use any of those items, again because they're not really my go-to style. But as I was saying, with me wanting to sort of expand my horizons this year and try some different building styles, I thought, what better time than right now when I'm doing an apartment that's a little bit uncomfortable, and then to just try some new items. So that's what I end up doing here too. I end up making this like makeshift sort of TV unit as well from these base game cabinets, which I thought worked really well, and it also ended up covering the pipes up on the wall, because whilst the apartment, I wouldn't say is necessarily high end, I mean, like, there's a lot of space and it's very pretty and it's very like well kept, but it's not like a high flyers apartment. It's, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to get at. Anyway, I don't know what's going on with me today, or really ever, but my mind is just like all over the place in a good way, because I'm actually feeling like on cloud 9 right now, which isn't a bad thing at all. So you'll see me going backwards and forwards a lot within this space, and I think it kind of works with the footage because obviously I'm not jumping between rooms as such, I'm jumping between spaces within this large area, so I think that kind of works. Now, it's also worth noting as well that the stairs that we're using here, I think these ones are from Seasons, but I do end up swapping them out for some base game ones because I didn't really like how you could see underneath, if that makes sense. I wasn't really liking how that was looking when I was trying to take the screenshots for the end of the video and then also the thumbnail as well. It just wasn't really working for me, so I ended up changing them out, and I think I do it on camera right at the very end, if that makes sense. And then this is me just trying a bunch of different plants, because as you can see, there are many plants in this particular apartment, because I don't know about any of you, but when I think boho, I think really soft neutral palette with like pops of just plants everywhere. I don't know whether that's really stereotypical or whether that's true to the theme and the style of boho. I didn't do any research going into this. I just picked out items that I thought looked good together and I would class as a boho item. And I think it works. You all might have some different items in mind if you want to sort of renovate this apartment block, or if you want to just get some ideas for yourself and then try replicating it. Whatever you want to do, you know that you are more than welcome. But then I struggle for the longest time trying to clutter up this little bit of the area here, so I think we'll probably just have a bit of a chat while I'm trying to do this because it's hilarious, and I thought I would keep it in the footage because I do not use the tool mod. So I remember there was a couple of months ago someone commented on one of my videos and I was struggling to add some items like I'm doing now using the Shift 9 key to raise the item, and it wasn't clipping, obviously, because this doesn't have any spots on the surface to clip to. So what happens is when you raise certain items, there's like a little bit of a gap, and people were like, well, you know, you can just use the tool mod and that will fix it, because you can obviously do whatever you want to do with the tool mod. Me and the tool mod don't get on, and that's simply because it scares me. I'm a very, I don't want to say a simple person, because that's not really the sort of phrasing that I would choose in this instance, but it's for me, it looks terrifying, and it's probably not. And like, if you use the tool mod, like, fair play, because it's just not something that I've never tried it though. This is the thing either. I've never tried it. I think it's a fantastic tool. I think it's incredible, but for me it's just it looks too complicated. It's very daunting, I think is probably the word I'd use to describe it, and it just puts me off using it. Like, it scares me. I don't know how else to sort of word it. Anyway, enough about that. So you'll see me here. I'm just adding various items whenever I'm scrolling through the catalogue and I see something that I think works within this apartment. I'll just pop it down somewhere, and then I'll think, right, okay, well, if I want to move it, I can move it, and if not, it can just stay there. So that was my sort of thought process and sort of strategy when it came to this apartment. And I actually think it works rather well. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments down below. But as I said, it's very uncomfortable for me to do things like this, but it's a good kind of uncomfortable because I actually kind of like how it turned out. So I'd love to see any Sims that you've moved in here and their backstories and just everything about them, because I love it when you all send me screenshots of Sims in builds that I've built. I say this a lot, but it really, really, really does make my day. I'm not going to harp on about it because I talk about this literally all the time. So this is the kitchen area here. So you literally walk into the apartment and you are greeted with the kitchen area, which I think is pretty realistic, to be honest, for especially like smaller apartment blocks such as this. But I'm actually looking at it more and more, and I wouldn't necessarily class this as a small apartment. I would really like to tackle like a tiny apartment where I'll like block off half of it and then try and work with like a really tiny space. And I've actually been trying to look at reference images on Pinterest for tiny New York apartments, so you'll have to let me know if that's a video idea that you want to see me try. I've also talked a little bit about doing like a CC shopping video, so we'll go shopping for build and buy CC, and then in the video after that we'll actually use the CC items within a build. I'm looking at recording that possibly next week or maybe the week after. I'm currently in the progress of doing another project, so it's a little bit manic for me at the moment, but like manic in a really, really good way. So I'll be able to let you know more about this secret project very, very soon, so not to panic. But I also ended up adding a desk in this apartment as well, along with a laptop and everything like that. And I'm just wondering, do I decorate the bathroom on camera? I want to say I do. I'm pretty sure I do. But I'm just looking at the footage and I'm like, oh, why do I seem like I'm running out of time? But I'm pretty sure I do the bathroom on camera. But the bathroom's a 3x2 space, which is pretty much the go-to size for my bathrooms at the moment. But in my opinion, a 3x2 bathroom is just a really good solid average size. So this is where we start working on the bathroom, and then after this is where I decide to go back on camera and just make some slight adjustments to the apartment. So I'll talk you through them in just a moment, because the bathroom took me like 2 seconds to put together because obviously it's quite a small space and I didn't really feel the need to sort of add too much clutter. So this is when I start changing out the stairs, and then I start changing out bits of the kitchen here, as you can see. So like I changed the fridge to this one from Snowy Escape, and then I also changed the cooker to the one from Snowy Escape. I ended up going through a couple of different options with the cabinets because I was thinking, okay, the Parenthood ones might work really, really well, and then I changed my opinion on them. So I think I ended up going for the ones from Dream Home Decorator, but in a sort of like a soft grey swatch, I believe. But that is pretty much it for this video, apart from some finishing touches. But I really hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. But you can get this apartment from the gallery right now. My origin ID is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, will be linked down in the description box below. You can get them for free from Sim File Share. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining me here today. You all take care, and I will see you next time I post a video. Bye!